Welcome to the GameKraft GameKast on thegameraccess.com. I am your host, Bronson Fiore, joined by
Anthony Tom,
who is typing furiously.
Yes, this keyboard is very, very, very loud. I apologize.
It is Tuesday, January 20th, and we've been playing video games since last week, haven't we, Anthony?
Yeah, we have. Yes, we have. We weren't doing anything else.
No, I certainly did not have work where I worked till 8 at night most nights. No, that certainly wasn't happening.
Yeah, that wasn't happening at all.
So, video games.
Video games, yes.
Video games. I know last week we both talked about Dragon Age, and I feel we're going to put a cap on that because you guys got a spoiler cast and whatnot.
Well, yeah, the difference between last week and this week is I actually finished the game now. That's the difference.
You have an outlet for your anger on that. So
well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. The current plan is to do a video review on it. And the thing is, that's not really an outlet because at the end of the day, I still think it's a good game. It's just personally, it is disappointing, and it hurts. It's not like the kind of I'm kind of bummed. It's the frustrating kind of disappointment. Because I understand the game's good. I understand how a person could say, but side quests. 100 hours of side quests. And I'll be like, okay. But
that argument always gets me so butthurt. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand some people just like side quests because it gives me something to do. And I'm like, okay, well, Skyrim in a way sort of was like that also. Some people just look for something to do, and for some people, playing a game for 200 hours qualifies it as the best ever. Totally get that. But it just kind of, there's like this personal frustration that I have with the game, being the fact that, you know, I still kind of cling on to the old days a little too much, and freaking, it's a cinematic game that's, it doesn't do it right. It's kind of cheesy, it's kind of rushed, there's all that, but can't spoil anything. That will be for the spoiler cast. But honestly, I think it's a good game. I'm just frustratingly disappointed in it somewhat. Yeah, that's the update.
I literally did not get any further. I put it in again, walked around for a little bit, got into combat again, and I was like, oh yeah, I hate this game. Took it out, put it in the envelope, sent it back. I guess I will not be on that spoiler cast, so I will elaborate how I feel now. I don't care what's happening in the story, and it is poorly written and poorly explained. That initial area gives you little to no direction and just says, here, go side quest, dude. Go side quest. That'll raise your... Helping this pig farmer do nothing for an hour will somehow make the Inquisition stronger. And I'm just like, okay. And then combat, you feel like you are this party of fucking heroes and soldiers, and you feel like weak little bitches. Like, everything takes forever to kill. Like, one fucking wizard takes like 3 dudes just hammering on it for a solid 30 seconds. And it's just not fun. It just isn't fun. I don't really care for the way that it's structured. I think the world, it could be neat and interesting, but but the way it opens up doesn't make me want to care about it. And fuck that game. The fact that we gave it Game of the Year was a fucking travesty. I mean that is the worst Game of the Year we've ever given, by far, by far.
Well,
Like,
that's your view.
Anthony, are you okay? Let's look at our
Here's,
Game of the Year.
here. Okay, here's the thing. We're kind of like a website, so it's kind of like, is everyone else going to agree it's the worst we've ever seen? I don't know.
I think I mean, like, if you just count the gamer access, this is Portal 2, The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, and Dragon Age. I don't know about you. You tell me those 4 games. I know which one doesn't fucking belong there.
I think again, I kind of think it's a matter of perspective. Because a lot of people are probably going to say, well, The Walking Dead's the weakest one because, oh, it's a game. Well, you just click. Bam. Game. Like, someone could literally make that argument, and they probably would have a valid point because there's literally no depth to be had with a point-and-click adventure game because you're just solving basic puzzles in that game and getting basically a story.
Yes.
That's it.
But the story was, like, the thing with The Walking Dead and pretty much any Telltale game is the story
and if you are a champion,
good.
And if you are a champion of gameplay,
I typically am.
then The Walking Dead probably wouldn't fit your bill. Like, do you think a League player would think The Walking Dead is worthy of Game of the Year? Probably not.
I think a League player, they have other problems before we talk about their opinion on The Walking Dead. But, here's the thing, though. Like, I don't consider fucking Dragon Age's gameplay to be good. Like, I would rather have something simplistic that is, at least solid gameplay, that's what it is. It's solid. They're decent puzzles. That progresses the story and is well written, than Dragon Age, which there is nothing satisfying about the way that game plays. There is literally nothing satisfying about how it plays. Like, The Walking Dead, it's like, there are a couple of moments where it's like, oh, okay, I figured out this puzzle. That was kind of cool. Like, I never had the Portal aha moment. But, I mean, there was still some interesting puzzles that, were like, oh, okay, that was neat. And then if you factor in dialogue choices and decision as part of that game's gameplay, then it's fucking amazing. Versus Dragon Age, where just, first off, comparing the story between those two games, that's not even fair. Walking Dead wins by a mile. Country fucking mile. Dragon Age is technically more impressive, which it damn well should be. It's 2 years newer and on new consoles. And then gameplay, it's like, do I want to play this really in-depth game that feels like garbage, or this really simplistic game that is kind of just there to move the plot forward? And, like, I'll take the simplicity that's moving the good parts of this forward versus this thing that is supposed to be the great part of this game that feels like garbage. Yeah, God.
Here's what I personally think of it, and this is, like, personally from my viewpoint as a person who's normally into Western RPGs like this. Gameplay not being that exciting, despite the fact that it's actually the best gameplay that's ever happened on the consoles in Dragon Age, because Dragon Age 1, yeah, I couldn't really figure that out. I just kind of played it the wrong way. Dragon Age 2 was kind of action mashing action kind of thing. Dragon Age 3 plays the best, but there's kind of like an asterisk on that. It plays the best, but that doesn't exactly mean it's great. Because it's actually pretty simple from my viewpoint. Attack, move, disengage, potion binge. Binging on a lot of potions and that kind of stuff, but I didn't find it exceptional in any way. I mean, it works. And it works well. But it kind of had, one way, one analogy you could say, it's sort of like Mass Effect 2, where it works, but kind of blandly.
I mean, the thing with Mass Effect 2 is, like, I think, yeah, it's a very bland, simple combat system, but at least I managed to have fun with it on occasion.
Yeah, like I said, sort of. Like Mass Effect 2. Kind of had the blandness, but it works. At least from
And,
my view, it works.
and like, and once again, like, we are supposed to be this group of fucking heroes that just come off as super weak, and, like, and Shepard, at least, came off
Okay,
as
well,
competent and badass,
I
but...
can't tell you how many times I've played MMOs where you have 8 people try to take down one man, and this one man causes this whole group to die 20 times before they could ever pass it.
But that's never with just an average enemy, though. Like, if it was bosses like that, I wouldn't care.
Wipes on trash, yeah.
Yeah, fucking wipes on trash, one-shot bosses. That's for the rate.
That sounds like that. It's like Idiots of Oz. You're just like geniuses when it comes to the hard stuff, but the easy stuff just crumbles.
Yeah, like there's no. I guess I'll talk about Bayonetta 2 because that's the game that should. I'm telling fucking everyone right now, Bayonetta 2 should have been our game of the year. Had I played Dragon Age, I would not have let it have been game of the year.
And I agree.
I would have fucking fought and kicked and screamed and called John and fucking Bremen idiots.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but I agree. I don't think Dragon Age is the best game in 2014. Like, freaking, if I were to redo my top 10 list, I would probably kick, like... I know Destiny might be kicked off. Actually, it will be kicked off. I don't know. Like, there are times... Here's the thing, one of the problems I have with Dragon Age Inquisition. There are times when it feels like it's a number 2 to 4 on my list. Like, I never... At no point did I think it was going to be better than Bayonetta. But it could... But at some points, it's like 2 or 4. Somewhere on there. And then there are other times, like, when I finished it, when it's like, yeah, this is like an 8 or 10. And that's probably what explains my frustration with Dragon Age and my disappointment for it, is that, BioWare has the money. They certainly at one point had the team, the writing talent, and, they had a lot of things. And the game just kind of has this kind of generic, good blandness to it. It's not bad. It's good. It's good. It's safe. It's reliable. But it's not exceptional either. But you would get, like, brief moments of greatness, like traveling through the Frostback Mountains. I'm just gonna say that. You're traveling through the Frostback Mountains because bad shit happened, and finding things. That was awesome. Like, that is like the moment that makes everyone go, "Wow, that's like the most epic thing I've ever seen all year long." And you know what? Personally, I think I know what John and Bremen were talking about when they said most memorable moment. You know what? I would agree. That would be one of the most memorable moments I would have for 2014. But there aren't enough moments like that. It's just there are bits of greatness, but the sea is lots of generic goodness, but nothing special.
Like, first off, I don't like, after playing it, I don't think that game deserves to be in the top 10. Like, it was going to make it into the top 10 because John really liked it. It was Bremen's number 1. So fine. I would have accepted that. It would have been a begrudging fine. Very much in the way Child of Light was. But that is by far the worst game out of those 10 games. Like, I look at those 10 games there, and, okay, Child of Light is a very polished indie game with a very interesting combat system. Wasn't my type of game, but okay, I understand why you may want it there. Dark Souls 2, one of the best games of the year. If you're wanting to get past that difficulty curve, fantastic. Shadows of Mordor, amazing action game. It's Assassin's Batman is what it is. Great game. Mario Kart, it's the best fucking Mario Kart's ever been. It's that let's say about beyond that. Persona 4 Ultimax, deep, engaging fighting game, great visual novel story, wonderful art, catchy music. We played it every fucking week for months. That was great. Smash, this is the best Smash has ever been. Same thing that Mario Kart, basically, and then what else was on that list?
Shadow of Mordor.
I said Shadows of Mordor. Okay. I said Assassin. Infamous Infamous, beautiful game, really polished gameplay. All the powers are fun to use. I 100% the game, John 100% of the game, Nick 100% of the game. Great game. Bayonetta 2 is the best, I guess what they are called is character action games, so character action adventure game, probably ever made so far. There is very little about that game that could have been done better. I look at Bayonetta 2 and I think, okay, if you haven't played Bayonetta 1, the story kind of doesn't make sense. And I want it ends. It's very much that Metal Gear Solid 4 thing where what's wrong with it? It ends. I want more of this. And it's just and it's genius. Like that game is genius because I know Anthony, you're not big on character action games like the God of War, the Devil May Cry's, the but that game you could still pick up and play it on easy and have a great time with the simple.
I played it on easy, and you know what? Because the problem with games on easy is usually like say enemies die too fast, or you can use the same bland combo and then the game gets boring because you're using the same bland combo. But with Bayonetta, one of the reasons why I thought it was so good was that you could play it on easy. You could use the same generic combo over and over again like I did, but there are like other things in the game that keep your interest besides the combos. So even if you master the same combos, well, guess what? Welcome to the Gates of Paradise. Boom. Here you are. And I'm like, wow. So there's like other things in the game to keep you interested, even if you just don't feel like, using fighting game type button combinations.
Yeah, and if you are into the standard character action adventure games, there's so much depth and so many different ways to play it. Like, I'm on my second playthrough of that game, and my second run through the Witch Trials, trying to unlock all the costumes and weapons. And, like, I have chainsaws on my feet and guns in my hands.
Wow.
Dude, this is that game is crazy in all the right ways. Like, it's so much fun, and it gives you incentive to play again because you want to try and play it in different ways. Like, okay,
I got a bow. What if I played this game with no guns?
Yeah, what if I did this nothing but bow only? What if I did this with chainsaws and swords? What if I did it with the Link costume with one sword and guns? And all the different costumes have different effects. And then after you beat the main story, there's the Witch Trials, which are to unlock money and test your combat skills, and just it's such a deep game, it's such an engaging game, it has a lot of spectacle. Like I said, story, you won't understand anything that's fucking going on unless you played Bayonetta 1, and
I still understood it somewhat.
I guess you can understand it, but go ahead, sorry.
They have flashbacks to help you catch up, sort of.
And even
but here's the other thing too. It's a grand spectacle, but it doesn't overdo it.
No,
it doesn't overdo it. Which actually kind of brings me back to Dragon Age 2. I felt like they kind of overdid it at times, and it makes me cringe when anybody overdoes epic. Overused word, but that's the way I'd put it. I'm not joking. There were times in Dragon Age when they tried to play up the Inquisitor's importance and try to say, epic, 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 epic. We're going to make it epic. I'm sorry. Epic does not mean just throw in an orchestra, throw in high fantasy, throw in big bad boss, and throw in lots of visual effects, and throwing in a sunset. That doesn't just... that's just kind of... That is not enough to make epic. Okay, it felt shallow. There's bravado. It tries to play up some importance that wasn't really there. And man, that's probably a good word to describe Inquisition sometimes. The start and end of it, bravado. When really they could have looked at the middle of the game and said, because the middle of the game, the Winter Palace mission. Freaking that stuff is awesome. Again, moments of greatness, but there just wasn't enough of it. Winter Palace is awesome. You're playing the political game with our legions and just freaking watching as they all go around being all pompous with their French accents. That was great. And
I mean, to be fair on that argument, like Bayonetta 2 starts at fucking 11 and just says, "Fuck it, this shit is gonna be crazy," and it gets crazy.
It
Like,
doesn't overpromise anything. That's what I really liked about Bayonetta. It's loud and it's flashy, but it doesn't overdo it, and it knows that it's loud and flashy. It's not trying to be something that it's not. If that makes sense.
yeah, I got what you're saying.
I mean, that's why I like Bayonetta so much. It's just like, hey, this game is awesome. Yeah, the story is kind of lame in a way, and yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But you know what? It likes being ridiculous. It appreciates being ridiculous, and it does what it's good at. So unlike Dragon Age, also very frustrating. It tries to go back to the old days. It tries to be huge and grand, but the talent just didn't feel like it was there to be able to pull it off. And hence, more frustration. But at the end of the day, yes, I think Dragon Age is a good game in a safe, reliable, comfortable way. Which is to say, it doesn't really stand out. It's like, I'm going to do a video review on it, and, it's going to be more positive than how I'm feeling right now. But I agree, it's not Game of the Year. It's not. And here's the other thing, too. When you walk into something like Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, your expectations are kind of lower. Because, well, it's not like the Middle-earth series is famous. Yeah, it's based on Lord of the Rings, but it's not like we are expecting it to be super awesome. If anything, it's more like a surprise because it's like Assassin's Creed beats Batman, and it works. It works. Mordor is pretty awesome, and all that stealthing around is pretty cool. I like Shadow of Mordor. I need to go finish it. With Dragon Age, you've got the bank that EA has. You got the, well, still sort of famous BioWare name, and it says Dragon Age. And the developer says, we're going back to our roots. All of a sudden, those expectations get really high. And then all of a sudden, when it does something like win Game of the Years, and people across the internet are saying it made them cry, it invokes a lot of emotion. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it out and see whether it lives up to this expectation. And for me, it just it didn't, and it kind of pissed me off too in a way.
I mean, I didn't have high expectations for this game, and I was kind of curious about it because it's like, wow, fucking John and Bremen are just hyping this game up really hard, and it's won a couple Game of the Year awards. Okay, well, this might be another Mass Effect, and I went into it wanting to like it, and it was so disappointing, and you're like, well, what were and my expectations for Bayonetta were fucking extremely high, because I played the first Bayonetta in 2013, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It's one of my top 5 favorite 360 games. It's so good, and the game came out, and then I put it as one of my most anticipated game, and I played it at E3, and at E3 I was like, this game is going to be fucking awesome. I played the demo. What'd they give us, 20 demo plays?
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
I used all my demo plays for that game. I played
because
the demo
Nintendo's weird that way.
That is weird. But I played that demo as much as I could, and then the game comes out, and it met every expectation.
And it comes with the first game, so it's good value.
That's true. It does come with the first game, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. I still need to finish the first game also.
And that first game has been up-resed and given new stuff.
Costumes.
Yeah. That game just... and, oh, man, I'm gonna be so fucking mad about this. I'm gonna fucking ride this train just all the way to the end, and I know what's at the end, and it's just I know what this year's Game of the Year awards. It's well, we fucked up last year's really bad. So I mean,
well, here, I wouldn't say. I know you hate Dragon Age with a passion, and at this point, you're probably never going to look at anything in the franchise ever again.
No, I'll play them if people keep hyping them, and I'm just gonna keep getting disappointed. So I guess that's this horrible fucking cycle I've started.
Well, here's a thing that I've pretty much. This the thing that people kind of need to understand about this is that this is not Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and Dragon Age Origins BioWare. This is not the days where the games kind of played mediocre, with the exception of Mass Effect 2, and but they had the redeeming feature of they're great to look at, they have some of the best writing the game industry could ask for, and their soundtracks were freaking awesome. This is the Mass Effect 3, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition era. And one of the things that, even as a former BioWare fan, that people will have to accept is that the stories will not be as good as they were in the old days. You just kind of have to accept that now. You just kind of have to walk in expecting a decent story, just not a groundbreaking, big story kind of thing. So, but I personally think it's good. I mean, the combat I think works. It works in my view, but it works in my view. I mean, if you want to play it tactically, you can switch it to normal and pause the game and do all that tactical stuff. It's not too complicated because I tried it out. And if you don't want to do that, just put it on casual. And for the most part, you don't have to use tactics to beat your enemies. So you can play it like Dragon Age 2 and just going around. Super pretty. Wow. Like the hinterlands, huge, very open, very pretty. It's very vibrant. Stormcoast and Crestwood. It rains all day and you're gonna feel miserable. Or if you love the rain, you're probably gonna think it's the best place ever. The desert's the desert. Val Ryo looks crazy. I mean, seriously, like they say that those nobles are very extravagant. They weren't joking. So plays pretty decently. Soundtrack actually fits Dragon Age well, I think. Doesn't really stand out with the exception of a couple really special tracks, but that's kind of how Dragon Age music has been. But safe, reliable, acceptable. Yeah.
I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be mad anymore. Let's move on.
Yeah, well, I just finished Dragon Age, so
that it? That's all you played?
Yeah, that's about it, honestly. Kind of been a bit busy. Yeah. So, what have you played?
I played some of that infamous First Light. Some more of it. It's cool. It's kind of more infamous, but with different powers. I like it. It's free. I recommend you check it out. You know,
I had just downloaded that. Free for PlayStation Plus members.
So yeah,
that's like a 9.2 gig download.
Yeah, it's a cool game. Then I got to check out Citizens of Earth, which this gets posted after the embargo, so I can talk about it. That game, Citizens of Earth, it's on fucking everything, like literally fucking everything that's HD, and the Vita and 3DS. It's cool.
Wow.
Like it's a cool RPG. It has a good sense of humor. It's fun. It's just there's nothing really extraordinary about it either. Like I'm thinking about scoring it like a 7.5. It's good. It's just it's non-offensive good. Like if you like that style of game, I imagine you would like it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think you'd probably dig. I mean, what do you think of it? You have to say that's 60-minute access.
It's a little bizarre. Not the gameplay, but the theme that they had. You are vice president of the world. You've got protesters at your door. You're walking around with no security except your brother, your mom, and a local baker who's obsessed with his giant donut.
Yeah,
you're walking on Mount Pom Pom where you're fighting telefons, which is a fawn with a telephone tail. But yeah.
Sounds like, looks like a Pokemon.
Looks like a yeah, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's a Pokemon. And for those who think, wait, they wouldn't come up with that. Mind you, the Pokemon team did come up with Afro Buffalo, sarcophaguses, chandeliers, snow cones, gears. Yeah, they came up with that. So a telephone seems like a very Pokemon creation. Aliens.
Coffee aliens.
Aliens. Like, at first I was wondering why the music was so strange. And then I understood why. It's because aliens. Aliens. Yep. I don't know. I think, like, the art style, I guess, is a turnoff for me. It doesn't look like my kind of thing. Because, like, for me, I'm kind of a bit more of an artistic person when it comes to my games. So, like, gameplay is important, yes, but you kind of have to have the right art style for me to get into it also.
Yeah.
So, that's probably why I have... It's probably why I am tend to lean more towards the edge when kind of like I don't focus more on realistic modern day kind of games. I tend to skew out towards more fantasy and sci-fi. Kind of like more imaginative kind of things. And obviously I know this game is more imaginative, but it's kind of strange with its art, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It just kind of is a turnoff for me. Probably has a pretty good humor factor. The vice president of the world, he's freaking oblivious or something like that.
To everything.
He's oblivious to everything that, or he's just really good at slapping people's faces with words.
Yeah. Okay, so as long as we're talking, so one thing I thought was cool is like you could recruit almost anyone in the town to be part of your team.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we got the baker.
And the conspiracy guy. That was. I like how you could like. I find that interesting because it gives you incentive to do side quests. Like most of the time, I don't like doing side quests in games like that. Like I'm just like whatever.
Dragon Age.
Yeah, that seems like side quests are usually garbage unless they're made.
It seems like the new thing to sucker into people into liking your game. Side quests. Why? Because side quests.
Yeah.
You don't need to put much behind it except experience and power.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying though.
Yeah.
I like it gives me an incentive to do side quests. It's like, oh, I'll go find your 5 cats crazy cat lady because I want one of my party members to be a crazy cat lady.
Better go find them right meow.
But
they did that in Tales of Xillia too, and I'm like, oh my god.
Seething of Earth is cool. I think that like for $15, and if you're into that style of game or you're into a funny game, then yeah, I'd check it out. Other than
Copy
that,
aliens that work through the moon box.
Played a really tight game of Madden I told you about. Won on a pick 6. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I did play that.
Yeah,
I did play that. The fail was unbelievable.
I was just like,
yeah, I'm not joking. Like freaking, I'm used to like Madden 13, and the Bears at that time, Jay Cutler was actually doing a pretty good job considering the offensive line was really bad. But at least Jay Cutler kind of put in an effort, and the defense was awesome. Madden 15. Yeah, Madden 15. Oh my goodness, that Bears team plays kind of like real life, actually. Just really frustrating, and you just can't get things going. Because somebody's going to screw it up somewhere. And by somebody, I usually mean the quarterback. Like, watching you play, like, you're much better at the game than I am, and
oh my god,
we lost against the computer-controlled All-Pro Jets.
Yeah, if that offensive line could literally give me half a second longer, some of those incomplete passes would have been touchdowns. It's just so hard to play with.
I thought the offensive line was supposed to be better than it was in Madden 13 because, well, the real life one's better. Like, what's the guy's name? Jake Long? I forgot his name.
Yeah, well, part of the problem was their playbook, too. Like, I am definitely used to the Broncos playbook. Most definitely used to the Broncos playbook.
Oh, the Broncos playbook. So many complicated pass plays.
Yeah, like, so many different pass plays, and just so, like, they run the fucking pistol sometimes, and I'm very dependent on that, because there are certain plays out of the pistol that work really well that I didn't have access to. You know, and I was just like, fuck. So, yeah, that was something. See, so Madden, trying to think, is there anything else I really put time into recently? Yeah, those are the main ones. There's not really anything coming out for a little bit, so I've just been kind of, going back to Smash, going back to Bayonetta.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be clearing up the backlog, which is like Bayonetta 1. That's like playing stuff that I couldn't play last year, so that's Bayonetta 1. Shadows of Mordor, Hearthstone. I need to get around to that. It's free.
Is it free? Yes.
You have no excuse when it's free. $0.
It is
0
free.
cents.
It is free and runs on toasters.
I am not joking. My old laptop, freaking had an integrated chip and can't play anything besides Warcraft on the lowest resolution and settings, and this is back in 2011. Plays Hearthstone on medium settings. Yeah. Medium settings.
So that game, yeah, no problems.
Also, StarCraft 2 also ran on that thing on low settings. That is also a toaster game. Yeah, that's fine.
I just looked up the bus schedule tomorrow because it's Martin Luther King Day. My schedule gets all fucked up. Oh well. Anyway, going forward, trying to think. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Yeah,
we might be doing 60-minute Access Live this Saturday. I mean,
yeah,
we'll remind everyone at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we are. It's a matter of, we're going to be doing a game called Here's the Storm. It's that Blizzard MOBA. It just went into closed beta. They're sending out like a ton of invites for it, and they're doing a stat reset, so that's fun. So all my shit's reset. So great.
Betas.
Yeah, I've been in the alpha.
You build your character and then it's gone.
I've been in the alpha of that game for I've been in the alpha for that game for a solid almost 9 months, and it's been really, really good and constantly improving, and it's kind of what I want from a MOBA at this point. Like I really
you say the analogy is like it's like the Smash Brothers of MOBAs in a way.
Yeah,
kind of like you don't have to know all the intricate features, but you just need to know enough.
Yeah,
and then you'll do all right.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the fact that I hadn't played that game for literally months when I tested it when I was testing our streaming software, and I was able to pick up and play a game, and go like 22, 24, and 18. Oh, so I mean that was nice. Like that was a cool feature, and it was nice that it's like, oh, here's some stuff that you can unlock. So far the free to play part doesn't feel gross. That's also another plus. Yeah. It kind of feels like League with that in that sense. So let's move forward, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we've been playing. The news story that we covered in Unscripted Access we'll touch on here. Nintendo Direct happened.
It did.
So they announced the new 3DS XL is coming to North America February 13th, and on that same day, Monster Hunter and Majora's Mask are coming out. And they also announced that there's going to be a Monster Hunter bundle, which you can go still pre-order if you want that system. It's silver, has the Monster Hunter logo, all that good stuff.
Cool.
And they showed a Majora's Mask one, which is gold, and has the Majora's Mask on the back and these cool accents, which sold out in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn, son. Nintendo also showed off Wave 4 of the Amiibos coming this summer. They also said that Wave 3 is out in February. Not much other than that. I personally am not going to be buying a new 3DS XL for a while because there's nothing exclusive that I can't play on my current 3DS. That's my issue. Yeah.
It's like the only thing that runs on a new 3DS that you have to get the system for is Xenoblade Chronicles, and even then, that is a super, super, super hardcore JRPG. It is hardcore to the point where I couldn't finish it.
Like if they said, if they said that, hey, Majora's Mask is exclusive to it, I would say shut up and take all of my money. Just fucking take it all. Take every last bit of my cash. Just do it.
But they couldn't do that because Ocarina of Time was also an N64 game that was also put on a 3DS.
Oh, it would be there would be riots. There would just
There'd be riots, and new 3DS XLs would be sold down. Then there'll be more riots when people suddenly find out that the 3DS they traded in to get the new 3DS XL, there's no way to power the thing on because there's no juice, because there's no AC adapter.
Yeah. So
when you told me that, I was literally thinking to myself, why? Wow, why? And knowing Nintendo, they'll probably have a shortage of AC adapters.
Well, they have a shortage of everything, so that doesn't surprise me.
But you can buy Nintendo Land.
Great. Yeah.
But you get your charger because here's the thing. Obviously, you can't sell your 3DS without something for the person to charge it with. So you're gonna have to get another charger. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who have a 3DS, the new 3DS, they would sell their old 3DS. I mean, it does everything the old system does. Freaking might even run DSi stuff. Whatever.
It probably does.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Yeah, like the original 3DS does work with DSi things like clocks and other bits that don't really make much sense. But it would run DSi stuff. Freaking I kind of feel like they were trying to aim for that $199.99 price point instead of the $209.99 price point. This is because you could say it costs less than $200, even though it doesn't function out of the box if you're unfortunate enough to have sold your AC adapter.
Yeah, like either way, if you don't have one or you sell your old one, you're still spending an extra $6.
Yeah. Assuming you can find one.
Yeah, like I don't. People who pre-ordered are like buying them already for fear of them not being around. Which
would you like to spend $40 for a Nintendo AC adapter?
It's like no, but you're gonna make me, aren't you?
Yeah, because how else are you gonna use it?
Yeah. I'm actually kind of agitated right now. This is gonna be a little side topic, but my car broke, so I'm taking the bus, and and tomorrow's a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yep.
Which normally I okay, not a problem, but the route that goes by my house, I guarantee I'm getting off work at 7, and that's when the buses stop for that route. So
it's the holiday.
Yeah, and I'm just like desperately looking through fucking routes right now. I'd be like, well, what's even semi close to it? And it is looking like I'm gonna be walking home from downtown tomorrow.
Ouch.
What?
Ouch.
Yeah, which is about a 20-minute walk, but it's fucking cold.
I can probably help.
I might do that. I'm gonna check with my uncle first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Man, this is really annoying. I did not. I was not expecting this. This is not expected. Oh well. Especially because this is a route by a hospital. Like, what if you desperately need to get to that hospital?
911.
But like, it's not something you can.
But here's the problem: the moment you get on that ambulance, they'll charge on your medical bill.
Yeah, fuck that. It's fucking shitty.
Fun fact for all you guys out there: yes, the moment you step on the ambulance, it counts towards your medical bill.
That's so shit. I mean, I get they gotta pay those people.
Yeah,
but,
that explains why the dad still drives the mom to the hospital.
Yeah.
That probably explains it. It's because the call for an ambulance would cost money.
Yeah, like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so done with the Reno bus system right now. I'm so done. Anthony, if I wanted to get a bus ride to Carson at that hour tomorrow, I totally fucking could. But if I want to ride to Wells from downtown, fuck you.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is stupidity at its finest. Whoever designed the fucking
He just
Reno
probably
bus,
threw a dart and whatever it landed on stays open. And because he's not very good with darts, the dart just happens to land on the I-580 interstate.
I mean, that's what it feels like sometimes. Like, when it's not, when it's not
it's
a holiday.
the holidays, trying to throw the dart and see what we staff. Yep.
Just like this is a route by a fucking hospital and all kinds of other shit. And I'm just like, so, oh my god, just the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what, like, I am looking at alternative routes, and no matter what I take, it's a long walk, so I might as well just fucking walk from downtown.
Because the bus might not show up on time. Or they have fewer buses, so they take longer to show up.
Yeah. No, we gotta give all these people off Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I don't get that holiday off. But most people don't get that holiday off. Like, he was a great man. He deserves a holiday, but, like, typically the only people who get that off are government employees. So that's shitty.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that sucks about DSX. That sucks about there nothing really able to play on that thing. And I know Nintendo at E3 is gonna be like exclusive to new 3DS, and I'll go fucking buy one.
Or that's just gonna become a DSi. It's gonna sell really well. Because it's going to become like the new standard model. Like when the DSi came out, the DS Lite was still sold, and it made more sense to just get a DS Lite. It plays Game Boy Advance games, it plays all the DS games, and to be honest, in the DSi, the operating system is too primitive to do much, and your apps kind of sucked. Well, but people still bought the DSi.
I mean, Aaron bought a DSi, and I was like,
lots
why?
of people got a DSi, even though there's not much exclusive to DSi to make it to justify the extra $30 you're paying for it.
By the way, I stand corrected. The Monster Hunter one is pre-ordered out, by the way.
Yeah, but it isn't as stupid as 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, it took about 2 weeks, which, okay, that's acceptable.
Fair enough.
That's acceptable. Like, okay, I'll swallow that pill. And you can still get the NES one, because they're doing a retro NES one, too, if you're into that kind of thing.
What I'm waiting for them to do is a regular new 3DS, because, I'm not a person who actually uses a messenger bag or a backpack that often. So I kind of like my stuff to fit in my pocket, and well, yeah, in XL I can't really carry around practically.
Yeah, like
while wearing jeans.
Yeah, I'm taking a bus now, so the XL went from being like, oh wow, this thing is way too big, to I carry a messenger bag with me all the time, and I'm contemplating a tablet, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's...
Yeah, like I said, I want a standard-sized one. And it probably would be cheaper, too.
Probably would be.
Or it might be the same... Yeah, it could be cheaper and come with an AC adapter.
Well, since they're not going to be doing the Majora's Mask bundle anymore, I'm going to go and say, fuck that, and go get and wait for the pink one to come out. Also, 2 other notes about this system. It uses micro SDHC memory cards, which I believe that's what the current DS uses, correct?
The current 3DS comes with a 2 gigabyte. The regular 3DS comes with a 2 gigabyte SD card.
But they're micro SDHC memory cards.
Standard SD cards.
Okay, well these are micro, so fuck Nintendo again for that. Okay.
I mean, if you use a micro SD card to SD adapter for your 3DS already, you're fine.
But fuck, that means I have to go buy I just bought a 16 gig fucking memory card. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it, Nintendo.
It's not like... I'm just
Why
kind of...
was not a regular SD card fine for this? Oh, also, fun fact, if you want to get at the SD card slot of this son of a bitch, you need a screwdriver.
Okay, that makes sense if the SD card that comes with the system has a lot of space. How much does it come with?
4 gigs.
Okay, that's probably barely enough.
I have the thing is 16 gig.
I know,
regular DS.
I know, but how full is it? You kind of have to take it out and plug it in your computer.
Not very. I don't download many games on it.
Then 4 gigs that might last you for a little bit.
No, because even my 2 gig was full, and I can tell it would fill a 4.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Because I have all those fucking Ambassador games, and I have Project Cross Zone and Donkey Kong digital, and I'll probably get Zelda digital.
Oh yeah,
so,
the digital world. Okay,
So,
yeah, there's a problem. Because
so
the
what
thing
I'm-
is that there's a system transfer feature.
yeah, no. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to transfer the rights to the new DS, whip all that shit onto my computer, and then fucking bring it over to the new micro SD card, which I have to buy.
No, like a system transfer, as in it transfers everything. So all you do is just swap out the SD card on the new system, and then just hit system transfer and just let them sit there while they do their work.
Oh, so it does it wirelessly?
I think that's how it's supposed to work, yes. It's a
Okay.
system transfer. It transfers everything over, and then your
Okay.
new 3DS can't be used.
Okay, well then I still need to
Your
go
old-
buy. That means I'd still need to go buy a 16 gig.
And then you
micro.
still need your screwdriver, yeah.
Yeah, look, this is.
I mean, to think about it, the screwdriver tactic, in my opinion, is not really the worst thing in the world, because really,
It's just annoying and pointless.
you
though.
do it once. That's all you ever do is you do it once. Yes, I'm gonna need a screwdriver because I need to upgrade my PS4 hard drive 5 times throughout its lifetime.
That to me, I'm probably never gonna upgrade the hard drive on mine. In fact, I still haven't had to do it on my PS3, though I haven't.
Yeah, you say that, but you had a 40 gig PS3 that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a different time. But like with these newer systems, I'm just like,
I already
Well-
used up like an eighth of. I already used up like maybe an eighth of my terabyte already. Granted, I put in Injustice and Spelunky and Infamous First Light and Destiny.
yeah.
and-
Start deleting shit you're not playing.
I mean, frickin' installs. They're fast. I mean, granted, the update patches aren't because, well, you still have to download it and install it. But installs are alarmingly fast. I don't know how they do it. They did it somehow.
I'm gonna talk about say what I'm gonna wait for when it comes to these new system for the new 3DS XL. I'm gonna wait for either this Majora's Mask bundle to come back, a pink one, and an exclusive game I want to play. Like if they come out and say, I don't even know what they would say to get me to buy a fucking new 3DS XL at this point. And I don't know, maybe this thing will be like the Game Boy Color, where the Game Boy Color was a marginal upgrade over the Game Boy. Like it didn't get a processor increase, it just got fucking color. Like it was still
Wow.
an 8-bit system.
Wow.
It was just fucking color. That was the difference. The processor could do more colors.
Wow.
So, you know, I guess, fuck it. I mean, I'll. This is so
But
goddamn frustrating.
Color. I'm pretty sure color to the Game Boy was like going from
Yeah,
black
that
and
was-
white to color television. It was such a huge deal.
That's a big jump. This shit isn't a big jump for a marginally better screen.
You get slightly better battery life, which to me kind of matters actually when you're traveling. You get slightly better battery life. You get a 3D screen that isn't as strict about how you look at it.
Never used the 3D on my 3DS, so okay.
I don't either. I mean, it freaking saves the battery and it's the 3D.
Most games, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a nice thing to turn on for 5 seconds, then shut off. What else? Faster processor. So your stuff downloads from the eShop faster. Smash Brother loads a lot faster. So basically load times and download speeds. But it runs the same operating system. It's basically the same system. Just slightly improved. And maybe a few exclusive software once they happen.
I'm you know, I'm sure it'll have some exclusive software that makes me pull the trigger, but until then, I just don't care enough.
Yeah, I kind of think about it. It's like, you know what? I'll deal with the slightly outdated and sluggish OS on my regular 3DS for now.
I mean, like, if they said
Like-
Mario Galaxy 3 coming exclusive to new 3DS XL, I'll be like, fucking take all my money.
Yeah, I feel like that's more like a Wii U thing.
But yeah, and I own a Wii U, so there we go.
By the way, throwback sale. Don't know if the sale's still going on by the time you guys are hearing this. But Super Mario Galaxy 2 is now available for Wii U, and it's $10. So you don't have to go to GameStop to pay $50 for a used copy. You can buy it digitally for your Wii U for $10.
The sale is going on till the 22nd at 9 a.m. So,
Okay, well, still, like, people, seriously, freaking, like, I always keep thinking, oh, well, I wish I could play Mario Galaxy 2, but I didn't buy it, so that kind of screwed me over because used prices on those are pretty high.
yeah, it's the games are Super Mario Galaxy 2, Punch Out, and Metroid Prime Trilogy. You should probably buy all three of those.
Metro Prime Trilogy is not available yet. It comes out in February.
Oh, okay. Well,
They
when it
come out at certain times. Right now, it's like Pushmo and Super Mario Galaxy.
Pushmo is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I just read that Yoshi's Island is on here, so you could waste money.
Yeah, Super Mario Advance 3 Yoshi's Island.
Oh, it's the even worse version of that game. Even better. Even better.
Oh boy.
yeah.
What a great day for Bronson. Dragon Age Inquisition and Yoshi's Island.
Fucking God. Who thought Yoshi's Island was a fucking good idea? That's what I want to know. Like, you made Super Mario World, which is one of the best games of all time, and the best 2D Mario. You people who say Mario Bros. 3 are fucking crazy. And you're not nearly as insane as these Yoshi Island people, though. And then, like, the Mario team, I don't know what their mandate was, and it's only Super Mario World 2 in America, not any other territory. But the fucking sequel to fucking Super Mario World is this train wreck called Yoshi Island. The fuck? You know, like, these people... first off, let me talk about Yoshi for a second. Yoshi is on the level of a Shy Guy or a Goomba. He's something that Mario rides. He is not the star of a fucking game. You know? Second off, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi will always be terrible and annoying. Okay? It's kind of neat that game looks like it's drawn in crayon, but that's the only part of that art that looks good. Fuck that game. Just, oh, God. How do you go from Super Mario World to that?
I don't know. I haven't played it. I haven't played it. But hey, in order to celebrate more Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island on 3DS is on sale, according to the eShop I'm looking
And
at.
that game, even the people who like the original Yoshi Island don't like it, so that game must be fucking horrible. So
you got Super Mario Galaxy 2, garbage, and Pushmo is what you're saying.
Pushmo's great. You should.
Yeah.
Pushmo's awesome. Pushmo's a great game.
You got two Pushmos. You got Pushmo and Pushmo World. One's for, obviously, the regulars for the 3DS, and World is for Wii U.
Yeah, you should.
$7.50 on Wii U.
Yeah, if you like puzzle games, you should play those.
Cool.
Yeah, those are pretty rad. Ugh, God, vomit everywhere.
As if the Dragon Age vomit wasn't bad enough.
Fucking. You know what? Like, oh man, are you asking me which one's worse? Because that's that's a fucking hard choice, Anthony. I mean, I get. You know what? I will.
Wow, that's how bad you thought Dragon Age was?
You know what? I actually have to say Dragon Age probably worse because I can at least play Yoshi's Island and get through it.
Because it's not like Dragon Age Inquisition, as far as I can tell, has a rabid fan base behind it.
You know, like Yoshi Island, like I can at least finish that game. I don't want anything to do with fucking.
So basically, Yoshi's Island's a case of it's overrated, but acceptable.
Yeah, like that game is okay.
Whereas in Dragon Age, in your opinion, is basically there's no reason in the conceivable world of Bronson that it could ever qualify to even be considered a peasant. That's basically it, right?
It has a very interesting world. It does nothing with that world. So, you know, damn shame. Okay. Also, Super Mario 3D World is, I'm not sure if this is a temporary price drop or a permanent one, but it's down to $45 on the eShop.
Hmm.
So if you don't have that game, you should go buy that game. It's pretty great. Um,
Wish they could throw
so
more for the throwback sale than just these games. I mean, I know they're going to give out more. I don't know if they're going to put out more, actually. They
oh,
probably.
they probably will.
Because it's like, this isn't much for sales. Because all I'm seeing is Pushmo, Galaxy 2, and Yoshi. That's it.
Uh, yeah, but once again, they'll have more. Anyway, go on other news. God, just this is. Uh, um. Sorry. Um. Tomorrow, 5 new tracks are coming to Drive Club. I haven't said if they're
Ooh,
free.
pay DLC.
Yeah, they haven't said. Let's see. Oh, these are going to be free.
Ooh, cool. Can't wait.
Yeah. So get on them.
Free. Can't wait. Ah,
So
like Drive Club. I like Drive Club. I like it's like you either hate it or it's like you like it or you just think it's just not worth it at all. I'm just one of the people who just likes it. Freaking they added weather to it and oh wow, the water effects in that game, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like you think Forza looks good, Drive Club looks way better. Like it really does. That's how much I think of it. That being
so
said, though, I probably would be playing Forza on my Forza box if I had a Forza box.
there are some sales going on right now that I should probably talk about.
Ooh,
Um,
sales.
the Xbox One is back down to $350. At least the Assassin's Creed bundle is. So that lasted a whole 2 weeks.
Gotta keep selling.
PS4 currently has a deal, or at least used to. It does not say what retailer though, where it is $30 dropped off the price, so it's $370, and you had to pick between Destiny, NBA 2K15, Far Cry 4, and Little Big Planet 3.
Hmm.
So that's neat. Uh, there is a fine retailer called Yapper over on eBay selling iPad minis with Retina for somewhat cheaper. So that's neat.
Mhm.
See, are there any others? Any others? Any others? Any others? And that's about it. Majora's Mask limited edition. Oh, and at Newegg, if you enter this code EMCAKKT37, they'll knock $6 off your Majora's Mask pre-order.
$6 off.
Yep, $6
Nifty.
off.
Okay.
So yeah, other game sales. South Park is $20 for PC and Xbox 360 at Amazon, and that game was great. Yeah, that game was worth $20. Like that. That's about the right price for it.
What game now?
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
And for those of you who missed out on the masterpiece, that is Saints Row 4. The PC version with a large amount of the DLC is $7.50 over on Amazon. So
Okay.
so yeah, got those deals in. Moving forward, Sony has shared what the most downloaded games in 2014 were on their respective platforms.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about it.
All right.
Um, on the PS4, the best-selling game was Destiny, followed by Grand Theft Auto 5, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Minecraft, The Last of Us, Shadows of Mordor, Battlefield 4, Infamous, Watch Dogs, and Metal Gear.
I feel a little sad hearing that list.
I feel that all the games on that list are at least okay, except Watch Dogs.
I just listened to that list. And I'm like, Destiny, disappointment. Grand Theft Auto, that's a remake already. Multiplat remake, multiplat. Oh, I mean, like I just look at 2014 for the PS4 and I just feel sadness because There was the Destiny thing that everyone was disappointed about, obviously, and then we got to top 3 exclusives, and we came up with Infamous, Infamous First Light, and Drive Club. That's it. We looked through the entire release list on the wiki article, and that's the only 3 we could figure out for it. So yeah, that list just kind of reflects that.
Yeah. So, you know how I've been TV hunting?
Yes.
This is off topic, but so this is, I think I found a pretty solid one. It is a 49-inch Vizio for $560, but it comes with a $100 Dell gift card. It's 1080p, 240 hertz, 4 HDMI inputs.
Vizios. Sounds good if it's one of their higher end models. Like
I don't. Yeah,
I feel like it's like Vizio is not like a bad budget TV maker, but they're more like if you can find the right Vizio, it will be really worth your money if you're looking to save.
Yeah, like like if I had unlimited money, I'd just say fuck it and go get a Bravia, but I don't.
Oh, Bravias are so nice.
Yeah,
freaking this freaking 2010 Bravia costed like, I don't know, like 1,800 or 2,200. I don't know. It's like one of those models that Sony was phasing out for their new 56-inch Bravias. It was like a 54-inch, and to this day, it still is a very modern television. Crisp colors, runs well. Granted, the operating system and the menus on that thing are complete spam-filled junk, such as, what was it, like Curiosity? Music Unlimited, sorry, it's called Music Unlimited now. And some other things that the last time I checked, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, it said something like Michael Jackson The Experience. Garbage like that ends up on the menus of that TV. Because Sony. But yeah, really great TV, great picture quality. Oh man, Bravias are great. If you can afford them.
Yeah, which like I said, if I had unlimited money, I'd go get one and say fuck it. But right now, I'm looking at Vizios, Samsungs, and LGs. I found a couple of good ones, but this Vizio kind of checks off all the tech specs. It's only 1 inch smaller than what I want from a TV, which okay, whatever. So yeah, I think I might go that route. Granted, still waiting on my tax return. I claimed 0 on my taxes though, so fucking A. But yeah, so back to the original topic though. On PS3, it was Minecraft, GTA 5, Call of Duty, Destiny, Battlefield 4, Tokyo Jungle, Metal Gear, Need for Speed, South Park, Terraria.
Okay.
We kind of got weird on the second half there. Like a bunch of games you would expect, and then just like Tokyo Jungle. Great game, but kind of old. PS4 add-ons: Destiny's expansion pass, Call of Duty Ghost map packs, Call of Duty 4 map packs, Destiny's first expansion, Call of Duty's first map pack.
So Call of Duty, and more Call of Duty?
Call of Duty, Battlefield, Destiny.
Okay. Shooters!
PS3, it is literally all Call of Duty, and then The Last of Us Left Behind. On Vita, Vita gets super weird. I love the Vita's list. It's so great.
Probably describes the system, right?
It's so fucking great. I love it. All of these games are at least good, except for the only one I didn't find super great was Batman, Arkham Origins, Blackgate. And even then, it was all right. All right, the number one selling Vita game was based on an anime. Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, which I didn't think would fucking ever come out in America, so I didn't put it on my anticipated list, but fucking good on them.
Wow.
So, you said I should watch Sword Art Online, right?
Yeah, you should. That is a good area.
Because, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV.
The first half is way better than the second half, though, just so you know.
Okay.
Minecraft, okay, solid Vita game. Killzone Mercenary, great game. Dragon Ball Z Battle Z, fun, kind of limited. Final Fantasy X, 10-2 HD, yeah, that was our game of the year for the Vita. Terraria, I think it fits on a Vita. Need for Speed Most Wanted on Vita was Walking Dead Season 1, great. Injustice, great. And then Batman Arkham Origins. So, year.
Yeah, I guess.
PlayStation Classics. Number 1 was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Not really a surprise.
Yeah.
Then...
Wait, it's not Final Fantasy VII this time?
Crash Bandicoot San Andreas. In fact, Final Fantasy VII is number 9.
Wow.
Everyone must have finally bought it already.
Finally.
Alright.
That or they announced the PS4 version. Everyone decided to stop buying because they're gonna buy it again for the PS4.
And they're just mad.
Yeah.
Anyway, Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot 3, Bully, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Team Racing, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy VII, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Okay.
Oh, pretty good list of games. I enjoyed Crash 2 and Crash 3, not so much Crash 1. Crash Team Racing was better than Mario Kart 64, in my opinion. I know, fucking bold. Ooh, bold claim, but man, I can still go back and enjoy that game. It is hard to go back and enjoy Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, check out the handle.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, moving forward, Harmonix has delayed Amplitude. So Amplitude was a relatively popular PlayStation 2 game that got a lot of love but never just materialized. And then it got a pseudo sequel in Rock Band Blitz that a lot of people really liked. Moving forward, they decided, hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to Kickstart it because no one's going to back it financially. And it's been delayed. This is our first time working on PS4. It's been a big learning experience. It's been a new it's putting into a new proprietary engine to support it. Was a big factor in the delay. They've made solid progress. Harmonix promises it will have content to show off at PAX East, and you can expect a far more polished multiplayer mode available for hands-on at PAX. They had a goal of 775,000 to bring the game to PS4 and PS3, and it was part of an incredible $89 million raised on Kickstarter for game-related projects last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so Amplitude was a really good PlayStation 2 game. I'm excited for the new game. I don't know. This seems neat. Anthony, thoughts?
So, what is Amplitude?
Okay, did you ever see Rock Band Blitz?
No, I haven't.
Okay, have you ever seen Audio Surf?
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of like that, except with music that's in the game and like arcade scoring and some other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's odd. Yeah, it's it's not bad, but yeah, man, I don't know. I like Kickstarter, I actually currently have a game that I backed on Kickstarter, but just waiting for it to come out has been less than desirable.
Well, that's one of the things that you kind of get yourself into when you use Kickstarter. I mean, granted, I'm pretty sure they have like some protection or insurance thingy that if you pitch to a Kickstarter and you don't get what was promised, they have to give your money back.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the rules by Kickstarter. However, that being said, I don't know how many Kickstarters stories I've heard where they asked for money, things didn't turn out as well as they should be, or they didn't know what they were doing, And then there's like a risk when you use Kickstarter. I mean, it was kind of like one of those big things from a year or two ago, or 3 years ago. But
it still is.
It still is, but it's like back then. It's like kickstart this project. It's kind of like that place that you go to kind of start your take down the AAA publisher evil kind of place. But now it's not. Now it's not like that crazy. But
All right, Anthony. I think I found the TV. I think I found it. This entire time I've been shopping televisions while we're doing this.
Wow. You seem slightly distracted. Okay.
All right. So it's a Vizio. It's
Okay.
$600.
Ooh.
It
Ouch.
had. That was my budget, so
Okay.
I'm hitting. Well, my full budget was $7, but I'm.
Considering all the TVs I saw at Best Buy, 600 is quite a lot.
All right. Well, thought do I? Yeah. Well, 240 hertz, 1080p. The backlight is a full array LED. And it is a smart TV, which I really don't give a shit about. Is there anything else you want? Let's see. Inputs, and it has 4 HDMI ports.
Okay.
I found it, Anthony. I found it. I found it.
Something tells me that to get I mean, I don't know what the price of an feature equivalent, I should say, Sony is, but I kind of feel like when you got a Vizio, it's kind of like buying a high-end normal car before stepping into a luxury car. And I think, I feel like there's going to be some area of cheapness on that Vizio that made it $600 and not $1,000.
I don't doubt that. I really don't.
But like right now, all I can think of is maybe the pixel quality is not as good as a Bravia's. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but you're going to kind of notice it's not as good as a Bravia's. The bezel, like the plastic around the TV, probably really cheap, but I don't think that matters.
Well, hey, if I want to spend an extra $100, I can get their 4K equivalent.
Ooh. 4K for the future.
Yeah, let's get really stupid with this. Let's buy a 4K television.
Man, when I go in PC forums, there's like this one PC website I go to quite a lot, and I go check their forums and comments and that kind of stuff. Man, people are like bitching about, oh, this video card can't render 4K. Oh, this thing can't render 4K. Basically, the gist of it is there isn't actually a modern day video card that can reasonably render 4K unless it's like absurdly expensive, like maybe a Titan X which is going to come out eventually, and or an R295X2, which costs you like maybe $800 or $1,000.
Oh, by the way, it was $200. I misread. So you're telling me that spending an extra $200 for a 4K television would be stupid?
Probably not, but there isn't really a practical use for 4K right now. I mean, obviously 4K Blu-rays are going to happen. They probably already have. But 4K gaming, that's not going to happen for a few years because freaking unless you have SLI video cards or Crossfire video cards or like a Titan X or some really, really expensive R95X2, you're not going to really be gaming 4K on high settings anytime soon, is basically the gist of it. So for Blu-ray movies, yes, maybe.
I'm going to check an equivalent 4K Sony.
It's like $1,800 or $2,500. For the cheap kind, I think.
Wow, they don't even scale down to that size because this is a 50-inch Vizio. The closest. Oh wait, nope, I found it. $1,400.
Ooh.
Fuck that.
But you know what? Considering that a high-end 1080p TV from 5 years ago was like maybe $2,500, $2,200, not as bad. And considering that exactly 2 years ago, 4K TVs costed as much as a small car, brand new small car at $13,000. Hey, that's not too bad. You just don't have a practical use for 4K except maybe movies right now.
Even then, like I don't watch enough movies for that to be viable.
I mean, TV doesn't even give you 4K.
I don't even watch TV. I don't even fucking.
I know, but I'm talking about like practical uses. What do you use your TV for? TV? Well, 4K television isn't really happening yet, unless you're gonna have an absurdly expensive cable bill if it does exist. 4K gaming isn't happening. PS4 and Xbox One, yeah, I don't think they're doing 4K at all. and even then it might be an upscale, and that's it. Movies, maybe. Did you know those 4K TVs? I think 3D comes standard.
Okay.
3D TVs come standard. Yeah, that died. They still put the feature in, I think, on some of them, but that feature died. Your PC can't really do 4K gaming practically yet. Yeah.
Quick side note. I decided to browse Sony for TVs. Just like, well, maybe. And no, not like.
Yeah. Sony is high end stuff.
The closest I found was, first off, if I got this brought in my house, like there's a point where even I think, yeah, that'd be way too big for my room. The closest thing that I found, I'm still looking actually for the refresh rate on it before I would even say yes. All right, Anthony, it's a 60-inch TV.
Oh.
For $800.
It's too big.
Fucking, especially for where we are.
It's too big, yeah.
It's 120 hertz. I'm trying to think what that would be in my room. Like, hold on. Like, I'm trying to think of how huge that would be, because I currently have a 50.
It's like sitting in the front seat of a movie theater. Everything is just kind of huge.
Okay, like, Anthony, it's $200 over what I wanted to spend, but I don't know. That's not... Oh, God, this would be so dumb.
Think what those $200 can get you.
That's true.
Just think that. What can $200 get you? It can buy you 3 AAA games.
It can buy me...
It can buy you a new 3DS.
It can buy me food for 2 months.
Bus pass.
It can buy me 3 months worth of bus passes.
It can also buy you over... Oh, let's see. It can buy you over a year's worth of Warlords of Draenor.
It can also...
I am not joking. Like, I freaking did math once for MMO subscriptions, and I'm like, oh, wow. Freaking $200 can get you, like, well over a year. Like, a pretty good year and a half, whatever.
Yeah, like...
Of MMO subscription time.
Yeah, like, I'm probably not gonna pull the trip. Like, this would be so stupid. This would be like
This is like American Excess comes to Bronson's bedroom.
Yeah, like, this would be really fucking stupid. I don't know, man. I'm gonna bookmark this one.
Oh no!
I'm probably not gonna do it.
Oh no! Just think about it. Warlords of Draenor on that TV. Actually, that wouldn't be possible. It would be really hard to see any icons on it.
Yeah, don't... Yeah, like... Yeah. Oh my god.
You know you want to watch your super movie on that TV in bed at night.
You're right. I do.
It's like I'm telling you it's stupid and awesome at the same time.
It is. It would be both.
It's stupid because you don't need a TV that big, and considering how close you normally sit to it... Yeah, also, you have to like crane your neck up all the time to like see everything on it, but at the same time, it's like, dude, it's like it's a 1080p or is it 4K?
It's 1080p.
1080p. Okay, well yeah, then that's even more stupid.
Well, I mean,
4K is not going to happen at 800. Yeah, I
just
wanted to check.
Yeah, I'm just
wanted to ask just to make sure.
No, it's fine. I understand. Like if I were to do that, for one, I would have to rearrange some shit in my room. Like I would,
it wasn't bad enough already.
No, what I would have to have my bed and my desk switch places. Like that's.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So I would be in a place where I would could sit and
see
some
TV.
Fucking. Or I could just do what I probably should have been doing this whole time, just play games from my bed. But. Whatever.
60-inch TV. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is just excessive. Like, how big is yours right now?
It's a 50.
Okay, yeah, 60 is retarded. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would literally,
I'm sorry, 50 seems about the right size. Like, a 46-inch or a 50-inch seems about the right size.
For the room.
The room. 60-inch TV, really stupid. I mean,
It would literally,
It would eat your wall.
All that free space that's currently surrounding that TV would be gone.
Yeah, it would just eat the. And imagine, oh man, I gotta plug an HDMI plug in the back. Quick, let me swivel this really huge display.
This is so stupid, but I want to do it anyway. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so dumb. So dumb. But um oh man. So goddamn dumb. I mean, I'm probably not just because it is over the budget, but like
It's
yeah.
something to think about.
It's
Think
it's
about it.
a
That $200 can get you so much more television for your room.
it's fucking and I mean like eventually I'm gonna move to a house, like a bigger house.
Yeah, that's what
And
I thought too. It's like, well, if you move, you get a bigger room. That thing could actually make sense.
yeah,
Because
yeah, like
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean,
So
right now, considering that you don't exactly have much money, and freaking your room being the way it is, I don't really think that 60 inch is gonna make any sense at all.
it totally doesn't. It's stupid as hell.
But you
It,
could
it
have a 60-inch TV eat up your wall.
I mean, like that's the thing though. Like you think about that, just like my TV would be
It's like
my wall would be a television.
It's like you sit down at a dealership and you say, okay, a V6 Charger is perfectly exactly what I need. It's reasonably fast. It gets good gas mileage. It's going to be easier to maintain because it doesn't need as much gas or as much oil or that kind of stuff. But V8. Kind of like the same logic I'm seeing with the TV. How big is the Vizio again?
the Vizio would be a 50.
50, yeah. See, the 50-inch TV, practical, reasonable, makes lots of sense, does everything exactly how you need it to do, and it'll make you a happy person. But 60-inch TV.
But you have that thought.
Yeah.
What like
You gotta be aspirational here.
what if I want my wall to be a television?
You would buy a projector for that, but there's a window.
Yeah, there's a fucking window right there. That's
Yeah.
about that.
Not to mention projectors are kind of loud, and the bulb can burn out.
Which is a problem with my current TV. So, I mean, which it's been saying it's gonna do ever since I bought it. So, what makes me, what I think happened is you're supposed to go into the settings and tell the fucking TV you put a no bulb in it.
And they
Because
did, yeah.
Because it was the on the floor model, they probably put a new one in before they brought it over to my house, and then didn't go into the settings and change it. So
Yeah.
it thinks it has the old bulb.
That
it
makes
really
a lot
has
of sense,
fresh
because
one.
how else could it go on for 5 years without warning on it? Like 7 years,
Yeah.
maybe I should say.
Yeah, you got a no 8, so that thing.
Yeah, freaking, how could it go on for 7 years without dying, even though it keeps thinking it's gonna die?
Yeah, like the first year that was going on, I was
Either
like,
that, or it has the worst, or either that, or that has to be the most anxious TV I've ever seen. Any day now, that bulb's gonna burn out and it's freaking out.
I'm once again. There's like a 99.9% chance I'm going to get the Vizio, but
60-inch TV.
there's that one it's the same.
It's like a little thought that just streaks across your brain, just saying 60-inch TV.
Yeah, like basically
Be
it's
stupid.
Like dude, this is really dumb, but think first off, man, it would basically turn your room into a fucking movie theater.
You just need the sound system.
Which yeah, with the $200 I'd say with the Vizio, I could probably throw that on a decent sound system.
Decent desktop speaker set. That's all you really need.
For
that
really,
room.
for in a fucking room this size, yeah. Like I mean, I don't need it to be like Tori's house where the fucking room shakes.
That sound system's pretty awesome, though.
Right?
Watch Bayonetta on it.
Watch
Smash on it.
We did.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Headphones are great and all, but you don't feel the physical sensation of having a good theater. I mean that's probably why going to the movie theater is still worth something.
Yeah.
It's because of the sound. Yeah, I know. We live in an age of surround sound headphones. That's great, but you don't get the physical sensation of almost feeling like an earthquake is happening when the earthquake's happening in the movie. Great.
So,
is it worth spending the hundreds of dollars to set up a home audio system? Probably not. but the appeal is there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss those home theater systems.
You know, like, you know, that's a question that I beg here. It's just like, well, do I just really want to burn every last bit of that tax return on just like, fuck it, 60-inch TV and these speakers that are as tall as my fucking bed? Do I just really want to make the stupidest decision possible?
Considering your financial...
yeah, no.
Yeah, you really don't want to go, like, freaking, like, if you go for the 60-inch TV, I'm just ready to, like, dude, you just, no.
Bad decision.
Yeah, very bad decision. You're going to regret it. I mean, it's going to be awesome when you see the TV and you're stoked, and then you realize, oh, crap.
Yeah, then I realized, like, oh, man, that could have went towards a lot of Warcraft or, like, a bunch of video games.
Yeah. Or savings.
Yeah, no, I mean, last year I blew a good chunk of it on car repairs. Oh, look where that got me.
The car completely blew up. Well,
yeah.
It didn't go out with a bang, but it almost did.
It fucking... Oh, God, 88 on the freeway. On New Year's Eve.
55. Yeah.
Yeah, man, like, Kevin's theory is we were going 88 miles per hour, and, like, trying to time travel is what killed the Warthog.
The Warthog aged an extra 5 years or something?
Yeah, that's what happened. Just right there. Oh, like, oh.
Some rod in there went forward 5 years and just died.
Fucking died horribly.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 30-year-old car. You know, like my grandfather is really peeved about it, and I'm like...
It's a 30-year-old American car, and early 80s America was not very good with cars.
Not only that, but like the roof was rusting. through. The only speaker that worked was the front right speaker. Like, you know, that's. By the way, Anthony, alternative idea. Go even smaller than my current TV. Get a 46-inch, and the money I save on a sound system.
Ooh.
That's an alternative idea.
Ooh. 60-minute access is going to get a lot louder.
Dude. we couldn't put the microphone on the ground anymore.
We'll just have to, like, mount it in the back.
Yeah.
And even then, we're yelling at each other over the sheer noise of Metal Gear. And pain.
Yeah, like, you know, and this year's return should be as good as last year's, because this year I made A, next to nothing, and B, claimed 0 on my taxes. So, I didn't make nearly as much money as last year, so it'll actually probably be a bigger return. So that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna go the sensible route with the 50 inches. You know, that seems like the best choice.
You better be sensible. Or you can get
with the money I save. Oh God, what's the? Or you could get a what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna go back to car analogy and say yes, get the V6 Charger, but V8.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, because I figure with that $200 I save, like I've lost so much weight that the suit I bought in August doesn't fit anymore.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So I need a new suit, and there's a couple of games from last year I've been meaning to buy. I figure with the money I save, I'll go down that route. You know, take myself out to dinner at the Cheesecake Factory maybe, because certainly couldn't go the last time I intended to go.
Yeah, I saved $200 now to get
blow it.
Food.
Yeah. Just one meal at the Cheesecake Factory, which could pay for like.
I know, but why would you want to go to the Cheesecake Factory when you can have something that lasts?
Anthony,
like the TV.
Fucking Satan. Is this where you get me back for the PS4 by making me buy a 60-inch TV?
At least the PS4 I know I will use in the future. And, you know, I was going to get a PS4 anyway, so, like, long-term speaking, aside from the fact that I mean, freaking, like, I was going to buy the $400 PS4 anyways. It's just that the fact that Destiny came out as disappointing as it was... That kind of hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, the bundle only saved me $10, realistically. The PSN code that they gave me didn't work. So I had to pay for a year of PSN. So it wasn't just me playing Destiny for a month and then just letting my PSN subscription slide. No, it was me paying $60 for a year subscription. Because the code they gave me didn't work.
But a year of PSN is still, you know.
I know,
that's
like
good enough.
I finished Injustice. Yeah, that's the game I played that I forgot. I finished the Injustice story mode on super easy because I am garbage at traditional fighting games. Things I like about that game, superheroes. I like DC Comics more than Marvel.
Yeah,
For sure.
Same.
Like
Same.
like DC is pretty cool, and you know the fighting game is actually not that bad. Well, I don't think I should comment on the gameplay because I'm garbage at it. Story's kind of cheesy, but I really like their choreography with it. Like seriously, that is movie grade choreography. I really liked it, even though the plot line is cheesy.
I loved that story. It felt like an episode of the Justice League. I know.
It kind of did.
To go back to the original topic here real quick, the TV in the very long term would probably be good because, you know, bigger house. But in like right now, it would be the dumbest decision imaginable, right?
Yeah.
Like it
I
would
mean,
just
when
be
you
like,
consider the grander picture, it's like, I have enough for the Super TV. Well, then you should spoil yourself and enjoy yourself. But the bigger picture said this would be the dumbest idea. You need a new TV. That doesn't mean you need a super extravagant TV.
like yeah, like I think, you know, and like I said, with that money, like I need a new suit. So even though that suit is going to go like by the end of this year, I'm hoping to be around 220. Like that's the goal for the end of the year. You know, so a little overweight, but close to my playing weight. And hopefully I'll be around 200.
Be athletic.
Yeah.
Like you showed me your old picture from high school.
Yeah.
Athletic is the word.
Yeah, like I need to get back to athletic. I'm getting there. Like I'm down to 250.
You say you build muscle easily, don't you?
Very, very easily. Like
Yeah, that helps.
It's a two-way street though. I also get fat really easily. It's really a bummer because it's like that like the only like at E3 I'm gonna be eating an entire cake. Like I guarantee you, I will gain a pound from that at least. Oh,
Okay.
it's super shitty. It's like it's a two-way street. It's like, man, I could just be ridiculously jacked if I worked out a lot. But on the other end of that, it's just like, but I could never eat cake.
Great.
And let's be honest, life is not worth living if you can't eat cake. So I've switched to eating cake every now and then instead of all the time. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I think that Vizio seems like a good idea. That seems like has the right amount of ports, hit perfect specs, perfect price. It kind of checks off all my boxes. So, you know, but watch, Sony has a clearance sale and I can get it for the same price as that Vizio. That'd just be
It's
like,
very rare
okay.
that the only time they do that is when they were about to release a new model, and you just don't know when they're going to release a new model. They usually do it quietly.
Yeah, but I mean, man, if that happened though, how crazy would that be? I'd just be like, fucking, I got to save money and make the obviously stupid decision. Yay!
Now to buy the sound system. Because
Oh,
what's the
God.
point of having a theater-sized TV without your sound system?
Well, for my personal use, these headphones are fine. But,
Yeah, but
but
we
man,
need 60-minute access. We need good sound. Because TV speakers suck. I mean, actually, let me put it this way. Like, old TV speakers, I mean, I don't know how they are now, but, like, those huge CRT TVs, they were big enough that you could actually put sizable speakers in there and
Yeah.
get, like, decent sound. The problem is that with flat screens, your speakers have to be smaller or flatter or something like that, and they just kind of sound kind of lame in a way from my personal experience, because we used to have this gigantic Toshiba CRT TV, and that we purchased just before HD TVs became huge, and had that until like 2009 or 2010, and then we switched to a Sony, and the sound on the Sony TV just wasn't anywhere near as good. I mean, you can hook up a sound system to it, obviously, but it wasn't as good. Even though it was a really nice TV, picture quality was crazy. Freaking when I plugged that PS3, going from the SD TV with a PS3 and then playing Gran Turismo in 1080p on the big TV on the new TV was like, oh my god, these cars are amazing. It's like it's on my driveway. So, anyways, yeah. TV.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, watching
Yeah.
sports on that TV is really nice too. Except I only do it like 5 minutes every couple months.
yeah. Okay, we're gonna.
Oh yeah, the NFL thing happened.
Yeah, the we might as well talk about the NFL stuff. So the Broncos fired our coach, and he went to go coach the Bears.
Which I hope
Yeah.
works out well because freaking defense is terrible and the offense is kind of broken.
I think he is. You know what? John Fox is a perfect man to rebuild the team. He rebuilt the Panthers. He rebuilt the Broncos. He is a good rebuilder, but he is not going to take you to a championship. So just remember that. Just remember, all right, the team's built. Time to ship you out. Get someone who can do it in. And the Broncos hired former Ravens offensive coordinator, former Texans head coach, and former Broncos offensive coordinator and quarterback behind John Elway, Gary Kubiak, as their head coach.
Ooh.
Which is who I wanted in the first place.
Did you say he runs a hyper aggressive offense or something?
Very much so.
Like what do I remember about Gary Kubiak at Texans? Bootlegs.
Okay, so you know he was the offensive coordinator on the Broncos Super Bowl team, right?
In 97, 98?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the kind of offense he likes to run.
Ooh. Well, there's Peyton Manning. If
Yeah.
he decides to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Peyton Manning does not retire. And even then, I'm confident in Brock Osweiler. It's just a matter of like, I really do think that if we had Gary Kubiak last year especially the year beforehand, we probably if 2012 Gary Kubiak was our head coach, we probably would have won the Super Bowl. Because when you're up by 10 points with 6 minutes left, Gary Kubiak tries to score again, not run the clock out.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like, John Fox was handed the keys to a Porsche and decided to drive 30 miles an hour.
Didn't want to dent the paint or risk spinning out.
Yeah. Versus, Gary Kubiak made Matt Schaub look good.
Yeah, he did for a while, didn't he? They had a few playoff games, I think, before Houston turned against them.
Yeah, let's talk about Gary Kubiak. First off, Houston had never had a winning record before him. He got the Houstons from being a gutter team to being halfway decent. So that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The year he became the head coach of the Texans they were the worst team in the NFL the year before. They went 2-14. So there's that. He is the man at creating running backs, making them look good. Fucking you look at every single running back that has played in his system. Terrell Davis, Alandis Gary, Mike Anderson, Reuben Drones, Clinton Portis, Tatum Bell, Arian Foster, whoever the fuck is playing for the Ravens right now, got 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns. Dude, if anything, I'm most excited for C.J. Anderson. C.J. Anderson looked great in John Fox's crappy run game offense, so I'm looking forward to what he can do in his own blocking scheme. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about this. I'm very excited. It's going to be nice to have an aggressive coach. The irony I find about this whole situation is the Broncos fire Mike Shanahan, bring in Josh McDaniels, who is terrible, and then hire John Fox, who John Elway builds a team for, that is probably better suited for Mike Shanahan or Gary Kubiak. Aggressive coaches. Like, I always think back to Mike Shanahan. Like, there are a couple of moments that just... There are two moments from early in the '08 season that I feel really define Mike Shanahan's style of a coach. Mike Shanahan hated the fucking Oakland Raiders with a passion.
Ooh.
He fucking hated the Raiders.
Must have loved how they're doing right now.
So, do you know why he hated...
2 years ago, I should say.
Yeah, do you know why he hated the Raiders?
Because they probably fired him or didn't hire him for something.
Because he was their head coach for a season, and Al Davis tried to micromanage shit, and Shanahan wanted complete control, and during the middle of his second season, he got fired. Oh, and they never paid him the money they owe him. The Raiders still owe Mike Shanahan like $2 million.
Wow.
To this day. Moving forward from that, though, the Broncos are up by like 21.
It was a terrible GM.
The man can't draft to save his life.
But he can somehow say, yes, you are 6th and 7th and undrafted people. We're gonna win.
Yeah, like he just, man. You look at some of those first round picks. Ugh, Ashley Lilly. No, George Foster. Oh man. I mean, he had a couple of okay ones. Jay Cutler, John Mobley. But he also had a lot of really shitty draft picks. But that's what I was saying. There are two moments that define Mike Shanahan. The Broncos are up like 21 points on the Raiders with 2 minutes left. Like, it's the first game of the season. Broncos are just blowing them out. And Mike Shanahan keeps the starters in and decides, let's go for it. Let's fucking go for another score. No point. Was running the ball fine. Could have easily ran the clock out. No, let's get another touchdown in there just to stick it to Al Davis. The other moment was this Chargers-Broncos game. Broncos opened up winning it. They were winning like 21-3 at one point, but it ended up turning into a shootout. And the score at this point is 37. Or no, not 37. 38-31. Okay? Broncos get down on the goal line, and they have a call go their way when it shouldn't have. Chargers should have got the ball back, and game over. Well, the Broncos come out, and on the next play, they score a touchdown, so it's 38-37. So John Fox in that situation definitely kicks the extra point and goes to OT. What does Shanahan do?
2-point conversion.
He goes for two. And they win 39-38.
Wow. Risky.
Yeah.
Very risky.
And that, in my opinion, is the mentality that John Fox lacks.
Here's the thing, though, is that a lot of teams play it safe that way. They would rather kick the extra point than botch the 2-point conversion and then just get criticized for it on TV the next morning.
But you don't see championship teams doing that. Like, you look over at Bill Belichick. Like, Bill Belichick on 4th and 2 against the fucking Colts was like, fuck no, I'm not giving Peyton Manning the ball back. Are you fucking crazy? I'll go for it. If we fuck up, oh well. Or another situation, like in that Ravens game, the motherfucker called a wide receiver pass. Like the fuck? There are times where you need to take risks. Like today we saw the Seahawks play the Packers. They did a fake field goal. The kicker threw a touchdown to an offensive tackle.
Ooh.
Well,
that's gotta burn a bit.
You shouldn't take dumb risks all the time, but
it's a risk and reward kind of thing, right?
I think back to you look at every Super Bowl team. Very few of them are conservative teams. Very few.
Hey, William Perry.
Fucking even the '85 Bears had shrink plays. Like they had a
Refrigerator
halfback,
Perry.
yeah, they had refrigerator Perry. They had a halfback pass. They blitzed on every fucking play. They were a very risky team. Like very few truly conservative coaches and teams win championships. Like
Thanks, Bronson.
that's it's why Marty Schottenheimer it's criticized all the time. Marty Schottenheimer's a great coach, but the problem is, and I still think the Chargers were retired for firing him because there wasn't a better option out there at the time. The Broncos had a better option out there currently. If they fired John Fox and there was no one out there, I would have said that was a bad decision. But there was Gary Kubiak out there, and I was praying fucking God they'd go get him. And they did. But God, what else was there? Still lost my train of thought.
Conservatism in football games.
Oh yes. Yeah. You look at let's look at the past couple of championship teams. Seahawks aren't a conservative team. Yeah, they run the ball, but they do trick plays constantly. They have a very aggressive defense that if you fuck up, there gonna be players wide open. You look at who won before them. Who was the year before that? The Ravens.
The Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens are a little conservative, but even then, they go for it on fourth every now and then and whatnot. But they're a conservative team. Who was the year before that? 2011 was the Giants.
The Giants beat the Patriots.
Yeah, neither of those teams are conservative.
They're offensive heavy, yeah, in a way.
Yeah, Giants are more conservative.
2010 was the Packers.
They're definitely not. Fuck.
Yeah.
Good. Packers are a very aggressive team. Before that it was the Colts, who Peyton Manning, very aggressive team. Or no, it was the Saints. Won. And they opened the half with an onside kick. That tells you everything.
Yeah.
You look at all those teams, and only one, maybe two of them could be considered really conservative football teams. Even really defensive heavy teams, like you look at the, I'm not sure if you ever watched America's Game for the 2000 Ravens.
I did.
But Trent Tiller's hey, we only need to score 17 points a game. We're not fucking, this defense is so great. We just need to score 17 points. But we need to score points. They weren't that conservative. The 2000 Bucks weren't. That was Tony Dungy's big problem. He was very conservative, and they brought in Gruden, who was not conservative and liked to scream a lot.
Pound the rock.
Pound the rock. Fucking run that ball. And I like running the football. In fact, what I love most is, you would think I'm a big fan of the pass. And that's true. I like scoring, but the truth is, I'm a fan of scoring points. I don't fucking care how we do it. But I just want to fucking score. And my favorite thing in the world, actually, is when you are just running the ball down their throat and they can't stop it. That's my favorite thing in the fucking universe. Terrell Davis, Walter Payton, 5 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 10 yards. Because what it does is it plants a seed in their minds. We can't stop these guys. They're fucking just rattling off 5 at a clip. Whatever they want. It's great when you do that for the pass too, but the run game also wears the defense down more because they're getting hit every play. They're no longer the hitter; they're the hittee. That's also why on the offensive line you like to run block more, because pass blocking as an offensive lineman sucks ass. Because I got to play some O-line in high school, and pass blocking as a guard really sucks. Anyway, back to what I was saying. But I don't know. Are you happy with John Fox? I think he's, like I said, I think he's a good coach.
He's conservative, which I kind of think works well in Chicago, because it's not like Chicago's ever known to be a super offensive team. You kind of need defense, and John Fox has a history of defense. Because let's be honest here, I think Mark Trestman, what did Mark Trestman do? Mark Trestman, from as far as I could tell, he was the quarterback whisperer that won 2 things in the Canadian Football League, the Grey Cup. I won the Grey Cup twice. So that was exciting. Brought it in first season with Chicago. Offense. Lots of offense. I'm not joking. The Bears were number 2 in offensive points. There was Denver, and then there was everyone else. And the Bears led everyone else. That's how much Peyton Manning scored that year. There's Denver, and then there's everyone else. And Chicago was number 2. Offense was like, wow, holy crap. Freaking Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall, that's just crazy duo. Defense was absolutely terrible, and that's a big reason why the team went 8-8. And then there was this season where the offense didn't really work, and the defense kind of sucked. I don't know. It's just kind of like Mark Trestman just like made the Bears something different, and change is sometimes a good thing because if you stick to the old ways too much, it could not work anymore, and then you have to change or else you're screwed. I think it's a good idea. I mean, John Fox did a good job with the Panthers for a while. He did a great job with the Broncos for a while, considering he was conservative. And the Bears is kind of a conservative team. So I think it could work out. Hopefully it works out.
So this is a quote from someone who actually played for Gary Kubiak and John Fox. His name was Joel Dreesen. He was a tight end for the Texans and then a tight end for the Broncos during 2012 and 2013. Dreesen said that Friday of his game preparation to Kubiak, I wasn't practicing as long, I wasn't in meetings as long. Saturday nights when Coach Kubiak would speak to everyone in the room, would get chills on their arms. We'd all go on to this team snack, just fired up, ready to run through a brick wall for the guy. There's an element of ho-hum to John Fox, where Saturday nights you walk out like, all right, it's another ball game. You want to bleed for a guy like Gary Kubiak. Not that I didn't want to bleed for John Fox, but there's a different way they go out speaking to the team. I love Gary Kubiak. I'd take a bullet for the man. I think he's a phenomenal football coach. I think that Fox just, he just lacks. Like I said, he's the guy you want to rebuild your team, but not the guy to get it to the Super Bowl.
Well, the Bears probably do need him.
The Bears need to be rebuilt badly.
Yeah,
they lack.
I guess let's be honest. When was the last time the Bears won against the Packers?
Let's see.
Yeah.
What was the last time the Bears beat the Packers?
Because I can't remember the last time the Bears won against the Packers. They had leads against the Packers and then just lost it.
All right, let's see.
Google search the last time the Bears beat the Packers.
The last time the Bears beat the Packers was...
All right, I need to go to the Bears.
November 2013.
Oh, that wasn't too long ago. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was the game that Aaron Rodgers got hurt. That was the game that Aaron Rodgers got hurt in, wasn't it? Or was that earlier in the year?
He was out of the game. That's what it says. But also, to be fair, Jay Cutler was also out of the game. The last time the Bears beat the Packers when Aaron Rodgers was in the game for the entire game was a 20-17 win in September 27th, 2010.
That was the year that Chicago and Green Bay faced off in the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
Then Jay Cutler got hurt.
Yep.
And then Caleb Henney stepped in.
The last game they played was November, and the Packers won 55-14.
Yep, that says a lot.
And then the time before that, Packers 38-17.
Yep.
The Packers 33-28.
Not that's bad.
Bears 27-20.
Okay.
Packers 21-14. Packers 10-3. Bears 20-17. And then from there it starts to even out a little bit till you get to the 90s. And then the 80s, like the 90s is all Packers, and then the 80s is all Bears.
Yeah. There's the Mike Ditka Bears, and then there was the Brett Favre Packers.
And then the 2000s, it's relatively even.
Yeah, like that was Brett Favre, and then there was Lovie Smith, and...
Yeah, mostly, yeah. To let's see, is there anything else notable? Um, yeah, like every matchup since. Let's put it this way: the Bears have won 2 times since September 27th, 2010.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I don't know. He needs to rebuild that team. They are and they need to draft better too because they need help on the offensive line. They need help on the defensive line. They need help in safety. They need help at
Linebackers.
most linebacker spots. I still think John Bostic could turn out to be a great player, but the other 2 spots they definitely need help. They need help at defensive end. They need less help at corner, but still need some. They might even need help at quarterback because fucking Jay Cutler. I don't know what's up with the dude, but you know, like he's wildly inconsistent. I just don't get what the dude's issue is.
Yeah, I really don't know either.
Speaking of more football, though, because we're on the topic, the NFC and AFC championships are in the game. NFC championship, amazing game, phenomenal game. I caught it at halftime. Seattle was up 16-0, or Green Bay was up 16-0. Seattle wins 28-22 in overtime.
Ooh.
The AFC championship, on the other hand,
Yeah.
New England took the Colts out to the woodshed and beat their asses 45-7. That wasn't a fucking game. That was a slaughter.
Yeah.
Oh, that was ugh. Which was, not surprising to me at all, to be quite frank. I was rooting for the Colts, but man, that was ugly. So the Super Bowl is going to be the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Who are you rooting for, Anthony?
This is one of those games where I don't want to pick a side. I don't care about the Patriots. I mean, I highly respect Tom Brady because he's really good at what he does. Freaking the dude is like, I don't even know how old he is, but he's been playing in the league for like 15 years or something now.
Yeah,
Still really good. Highly respect Tom Brady. Best for the rest of the Patriots, I kind of don't care. And I don't care about the Seahawks. It's just like these are just 2 teams that I just don't care. They're really good teams, but I just don't care.
Seahawks, I like Marshawn Lynch. I love Marshawn Lynch. He is fun to watch.
Beast. The Beast.
Beast mode. Yeah. And another thing about Marshawn Lynch is I like the way the Seahawks play, the fact that they're very aggressive, very in your face, run the ball a lot. I don't like that they talk trash, but
well, here's the problem. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. They talk trash, but because they win, they are somehow allowed to talk trash and be a bit smug.
But I'm going to root for the Seahawks for a couple reasons. One, they're West Coast team. They're the West Coast team, and West Coast sports don't get enough love. Mm-hmm. 2, love the city of Seattle. Great city, wonderful city. 3, the Seahawks sucked for an eternity.
That's true.
From when they started as a program to around 2002, they were fucking horrible. Versus the Patriots, who from like 1985 were at least decent most of the time, up and down. And from 1994-ish to present have been a consistently good football team most of the time. And from 2001 on have been insanely good. This is their 6th Super Bowl in 15 years. Okay. So, I don't know. I'm rooting for the Seahawks. You, John, Brem, and I are gonna watch that game, right?
Oh yeah, I'll totally watch the game. I just hope that it's actually a good game this time.
Me too.
Because here's the thing, I don't care which side wins. Okay, well, maybe I do slightly. Actually, I don't care because it's like either side can win and either side are going to be kind of annoying about it. Mainly because of the fans, not because of the actual players. Like, here's the thing. I know that Richard Sherman is a great player, and I know Russell Wilson is doing a really good job, and Marshawn Lynch is freaking amazing. And the Patriots freaking totally respect Tom Brady. The dude has played for so long and has continued to be good even this long. That is amazing. But at the same time, but again, I don't care about either of these teams. It's just kind of like one of those. I just want a good game to watch. It's not like with the Giants Patriots game where I'm like, yes, I wish the Giants could win, please, please.
I'll say this: I'm very glad the Packers aren't in the Super Bowl, and here's why. I listen to NFL podcasts on my ride to work, and I also watch a good amount of NFL segments. And Dave Damashek fucking has the biggest man crush on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Like, it is fucking ridiculous. Any chance he can get to hype the Packers or Aaron Rodgers, he does. So to not have to hear that for a year or until next season makes me so goddamn happy. As for the AFC Championship game, I would be more than happy to see, Tom Brady lose. I expect Tom Brady as a player, but he's a great quarterback, but I also am tired of all the hype about he is the greatest quarterback to ever play, and I'm tired of the hype from Patriots fans about it. Tom Brady is a damn amazing quarterback. He's respected. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I think he's very good. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I think that there are several players that are better. I think Joe Montana, if he played today, would have very similar stats to Tom Brady. I think that if John Elway played on more talented teams early on, would have a very similar record to Tom Brady. I think, because it's a different era now. Like it's a lot easier to throw the ball. There's different styles of player. Guys are more athletic. But, I don't know. That's, like I said, he is definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think I saw, this one thing on Facebook about one person who said, oh, but it hurts so much to miss that perfect season. I'm like, at least you guys came close to a perfect season. At least those Super Bowl wins are recent. You should see what it's like to be a Browns fan, or a Broncos fan of the late 2000s, or a Bears fan right now. Yeah. Oh no, you missed the perfect season and you lost to Giants twice. At least you guys got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I get it. You don't want the Bills story where they lost 4 times in the Super Bowl, and that's all that that coach will ever be remembered is how he lost 4 Super Bowls. But you know what that coach said? It's better to lose in 4 Super Bowls than to not make it to the Super Bowl at all.
I had a friend of mine who is a big Patriots fan, who I'm like, I think Tom Brady losing a 3rd Super Bowl would be hilarious. And his response was like, I don't think my heart can physically take that. I might drop dead if that happens. I'm like, and I said, bitch, please, your team has been amazing since 2001. You already have 3 Super Bowls. Just, you're fucking ridiculous. You want to talk about being in the gutter? Go talk to Browns fans. Go talk to fucking,
Go talk to teams that were once great, then crashed. That's what happened with Denver, right? Shanahan gets fired, and then the whole team just kind of fell down.
Yeah, like the whole team just
what was the worst record? 2-14.
4-12.
4-12.
And I remember who we beat that year. We beat the Texans. We beat the Raiders. No, we lost both our games to Raiders. We beat the Texans. We beat the Seahawks. I believe, we beat Kansas City, and I forgot who the last one was.
Should I wiki search? What year it was?
It was 2010. 2010 was and that is actually the worst season they've had since the merger.
Merger?
Yeah, the NFL, or not since the merger, since like 1972. Since the team had a big.
Okay. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check the record. 4 games: Seahawks, Titans, Chiefs, Texans.
All right, so I was mostly
At
right.
Invesco Field at Mile High. Ooh.
Which is now Sports Authority Field at Mile High.
Yeah, Invesco. That's.
Invesco Field.
Oh boy, it's like Lincoln Financial Field.
That one's equally as hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, how bad were these scores? Oh yeah, losing to the Raiders 59-14.
That is the worst blowout in team history.
Wow. Wow.
I thought Josh McDaniels was gonna be fired after that game. I was wrong. No, he got fired after the Niner game when he got caught cheating by filming Niners practices, or a team assistant did rather.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a really low point there.
Yeah, like at least the Patriots cheated and they were good.
They cheated and then had a nearly perfect season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like at least they cheated and got something out of it. We cheated and sucked. That says everything. That says everything about Josh McDaniels.
And then
He cheated and couldn't fucking win.
in England.
So
Yeah.
cheated,
Lost in England against the 49ers.
Yeah.
Wow. 2010, that wasn't actually that long ago. That's only 5 years, actually. Or 4.5 years.
Yeah, man. Teams turn around quick. Like that's one of the great things about the NFL. Like the Browns had a winning record this year.
I know.
How fucking crazy is that?
They had a winning record, and you just love it.
First off, any success the Browns get is fantastic.
What, because they sucked and been mediocre for so long that they finally have a chance to be appreciated just for a little bit.
Here's the thing. I'm not a Cleveland. I'm a Denver Broncos fan, but 2 teams that I pay attention to are the Seattle Seahawks. I love the city of Seattle, and the Cleveland Browns. And I will always root for the Cleveland Browns unless they're playing the Broncos or the Seahawks, because fucking dude, come on, how do you not root for the Browns?
They've been so mediocre for so long, you just can't help but be happy for them.
Like, how can you not fucking be happy that they finally get some level of success? It's so just
Crazy thing about 2010, while the Broncos sucked, Chicago lost against Green Bay. And Green Bay won the Super Bowl against the Steelers, which it's like we all have a reason to hate Green Bay during that year or something. Nick is pissed because his team lost in the Super Bowl against Green Bay. I'm pissed because Chicago lost against Green Bay.
I'm mad.
And I got into football in the following year, 2011, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2011. I love the 2012 Bears. Offensively, really lousy, but defensively and special teams, yeah. That's cool. Eric Studesville, interim coach.
He's their running back coach right now. He's actually pretty cool.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it. Or hold on, let's see if we have any comments or questions from last time, or any work we have. Pull up the gamer access. All right. So we got a question on the comic. Glad to see comics back. How often should we see these? Tori and I are aiming for once a week, Saturdays. So I think the art in that first one turned out really good, really colorful at least. Anthony, your thoughts on that first one that we did here?
I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
All
I
right.
just found it pretty interesting. It's like, okay, we haven't had a comic for a while. Let's make a comic mocking why we haven't had a comic in a while.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's meta. Oh god. So, GameKast got 2 comments, and both of them are about buying cheap Nikes. Great. Then we have, I believe, 60-minute access. We really need to talk about getting rid of all these spam bots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Yeah, okay. Nothing on 60-minute access that I can find, though. The amount of digging I would have to do. Let's see. Anything else we did recently? I believe Bronson Rants, yes. No comment on that. EA, make another Burnout already. Fucking please. Fucking please make another Burnout. That's all I fucking want. That's all I want from you. I don't care about BioWare. I like sports games, but I give them up. That's what another Burnout takes. I'll give up Madden. Um, okay. So real quick plug here for a band that I've been listening to that is hilarious and fantastic. So you've heard of the band Starbomb? They did that Zelda rap and other video game songs. Maybe. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. That one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. Well, part of the members of that band are in another band that I've been listening to who does hilarious songs and parodies and shit. They're called Ninja Sex Party.
It's like Sex Bomb Bombs from that. Yeah, it's like that band from Scott Pilgrim, the movie.
Yeah, so they're called Ninja Sex Party. I encourage you all to go look up their music video, Dragon Slayer. It is hilarious. They ride a rainbow unicorn to go fight a fucking dragon. And one of their band members is a ninja. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. All right, well, I think that'll be it. We'll be back next week with another GameKast. I hope you're enjoying the return of them.
Yep.
Anthony, got anything else to say?
That's all I could think of.
All right, well, everyone, we got What the Hell hopefully coming this Thursday. We got another special video hopefully coming this Wednesday. Unscripted will be coming Friday. We got a comment coming Saturday, along with a live stream of Heroes of the Storm. Come watch me be bad at MOBAs, especially because since we're using Shadow Play, my hotkeys won't work. That's gonna be great. Basically, you just have to press every hotkey like 50 times to get it to work. Super.
That's like saying, we're gonna go to the racetrack today, except my brakes don't work unless I slam my foot down on it really, really hard.
I mean, yeah, that is the equivalent.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun. Is there anything else that that's about it? That's all our stuff. Like us on Twitter, please. I've run the Twitter now, so I'd be happy if people would retweet shit. Follow us on Twitter, The Gamer Access. Follow us on Facebook, Gamer Access. All our stuff gets posted there. Tell your friends. Tell your family. We're on iTunes. Subscribe to us there, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you.